What's up, YouTube? I'm Brett from Rants. As always, guys, if you enjoy our content, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave that comment down below. We're on the road to 1,000. We hope you guys will help us get there. Do want to say, if y'all do enjoy our content, leave a comment down below. We're fans, and we enjoy getting to talk with other fans about the subjects that we love the most. These TV shows, these movies, they all mean a lot to us. I know they mean a lot to y'all as well. So, leave us a comment. Let's talk about it. Let's debate it. Some of these things. And I also do want to mention that YouTube's kind of doing some crazy things with its analytics right now. And a lot of YouTube creators are finding it more and more difficult to get their videos viewed. So please hit that notification bell and subscribe button if you do enjoy our content, so that you'll be able to see our upcoming content when it's uploaded. But Futurama star says the cast is open to a reboot. Futurama star Maurice LaMarche, voice of Kif, Morbo, and many more, is confident that his cast members would be interested in a reboot. I'm so excited about this news. I really am. I am so excited about this news. Maurice LaMarche is already a part of a reboot. He voices the brain on the Animaniacs. I've done a few videos over it so far. To me, it's not going to say it's as good as the original. It's not. It's missing a lot of its original characters, but that's not Maurice LaMarche's problem. I feel like I don't necessarily like the way that they've done the brain so far on the show, but I mean, it's got room for improvement, like a lot of things. But I don't hate it. But as far as Maurice LaMarche, like I said, he's the voice of Kif, Morbo, and a few other characters on here. He talks about in this that he was he would really be excited if a network like Fox, and he specifically mentions Fox for some reason, if they ever brought back Futurama. Now, when Fox originally had it, I was a big fan of it. Towards the end, during its run on Fox, I kind of got bored of it. But when it was picked up by Comedy Central, my wife was a huge fan of Futurama, and she kind of got me back into it. Now, I can rewatch the older episodes and even the newer episodes, and it seems like it's just consistent. It's just consistently good all the way through. It's got all that, I don't know, it's got some really powerful episodes. It's not just funny. It's not just like the laugh out loud funny. It's actually got some really heart-wrenching moments to it that really, I don't know, the characters, I just love every single one of the characters. I don't have a least favorite character on Futurama. But anyways, LaMarche goes on to state that, Matt Groening, that is the creator of Futurama and The Simpsons, of course he's got, The Simpsons on Disney Plus, and then he's got Disenchantment on Netflix. Those could also be possible places where Futurama maybe would be welcomed. But for him to specifically mention Fox, it makes me wonder if maybe there has been some kind of talk of maybe bringing some of these characters back. But he does go on to state, when he's talking about a possible Futurama reboot, he says, "Sure, we all talk about it. If Fox was to come up with the right offer, but I know Matt would love to do it again. David Cohen, I think, might be into it. I think semi-retirement is finally wearing on him. He had to get back to writing on The Simpsons just to keep busy. I have to leave it up to the powers that be, but I know everybody's into it, including the cast. It would be great to do it before Billy West turns 80. So hopefully someday there'll be a Futurama reboot. But we're all well practiced at the reboot thing. We got rebooted twice, so there might be less of a huzzah. about it, but it'd be nice to do that again. Now, as far as Billy West is concerned, I think he's 68. So that would mean that the show would have to be recast in the next 12 years, according to LaMarche. But I'd be excited about this, and I really hope this gains traction. As far as LaMarche's Animaniacs and Brain character, I was really shocked that the Animaniacs actually got its reboot. That Animaniacs was a show for, I think it went off air in 1998. It's been something that I have been wanting a reboot of for 20 years. It was a show I wanted to familiarize my own children with, get them to love it as much as I personally love it. But Futurama is another show that, while it did get rebooted and it hasn't been off air for that long, there's still a sense of me that thinks that there's probably, that it didn't run its course. A lot of shows, I would even put The Simpsons in this category, and even Family Guy. I feel like they've ran their course. I feel like they have got to the point where there's nothing they haven't done. And I feel like now, especially, I would even go so far to say with Family Guy probably should have been canceled a long time ago, and maybe one could make a case for The Simpsons as well. But I feel like there was still some really good storytelling that was left to be told in Futurama. I think it could possibly go on for another 2 or 3 seasons minimum. But that's in this world of streaming services, you can't tell me that there wouldn't be somebody that would pick up Futurama. Like, there would be a home for Futurama if they could get something worked out. So for him to bring this into, bring this to people's attention, that's showing that there might be something maybe possibly in the works that we don't quite know about. Because like I said, when I first started hearing that there might be talks of Animaniacs reboot, I was like, no, there's no way there's going to be an Animaniacs reboot. It's been too long. I know there was a fan base for Animaniacs, but I wasn't really quite sure how big of the fan base would still be interested in it. It's like there's just some shows that are timeless. Anything that has to do with like bugs, take cartoons for instance. In children's cartoons, like Bugs Bunny, Mickey Mouse. Those are timeless characters that just can be rebooted and rebooted and rebooted into a million different shows, and people will watch it. You probably even put SpongeBob into that category. But but a show like Animaniacs, I didn't believe had that in them. I hope I'm wrong. I've already watched season 1. Like I said, it kind of was mixed. In my opinion, wasn't great. It wasn't bad. But I don't know if Futurama necessarily fits the role of something like The Simpsons that is iconic. That can be rebooted and remade into something that fans would really be excited to see. I hope it is. I'm looking forward to it if it is. Like I said, I know there's going to be a home for it. So I just hope that they can get this going. But again, when you're talking about Maurice LaMarche, like I said, he's already part of a reboot. So, how is his time going to be spent between, if let's say Futurama is rebooted? I'm not saying that as a voice actor he couldn't do 2. But, when you're talking about truly highly anticipated shows and, really being a part of it and having to go through all the work, that's a lot. So from what I'm getting out of that, me personally, and this isn't something that's in the article, but it's just me personally, I think he's talking about doing the Animaniacs and then possibly in 2 to 5 years, maybe then moving on to a Futurama reboot. I think that would probably be a accurate timeline of when something could go from just talks to actual production, because I think it took the Animaniacs 2 years for production, which I don't know the production, how long it takes for animated shows, but 2 years seems about right. So we're probably talking about, even if it started today, something probably not happening until 2023 or something along those lines. So, it could happen. I have hope for it. But let's just see. Let's just see if this isn't just talk, if Maurice LaMarche just isn't, you know, going all nostalgia on us about what he would love to see, and maybe it's kind of giving us hints that there might be something in the works. But we'll just have to see. But like I said, guys, leave me a comment down below. Let me know if there's any Futurama fans out there. And y'all take care.